All right. Welcome to Current Exposure. I am your host, Shakima K. Let's get some more eyeballs and ears into the room. Let's go. I am excited this evening because we have a special guest coming on. His reputation precedes him. He has committed 30 years of his life as a Newark Police detective. He has made contributions in the community. He has served on the board of the Hub, and he's brought real platinum rappers to the city of Newark to engage with our children. He's created his own after school program in the Garden Spires. This man is an investor. This man was a former business owner of the A&R Lounge, South 10th Street. This man has... Oh, okay. Come on. This lady said, let's go, Jimmy. You know what? I just got to bring him on. Hello, Jimmy. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
How did they know it was you? Hold on. And I didn't even get to the military experience. This man has served our country. You got rappers going overseas to entertain, but this man is a part of a militia that goes overseas to protect the citizens of the United States and make sure we maintain our rights.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without further ado, I introduce you to Jimmy, the Real McCoy. How are you, Jimmy? You got your own sound effects. Hold up. Let me get you. Hold on. Let me get you a drum roll.
Oh, wow. Hello, everyone. Hello.
You probably
How's
like this one
everybody?
better. You like that one better?
Oh, yeah, familiar. You know how that goes. Oh, whoa. No, let me stop. I'm just
Exactly.
playing.
Oh man, I didn't even get to talk about your education. You graduated from
Uh,
Seton Hall
Hall
University.
University.
Yeah,
Also,
study
Fairleigh Dixon
psychology.
executive leadership management at Fairleigh Dickinson as well. Um,
Wow.
you uh, you look at education is always an ongoing thing for anybody, and I don't care if it's a course, a class. You got to
Mm-hmm.
keep and keep innovating yourself, honestly,
Right.
because like
Right.
life, things change. And you want to be ready. You rather be prepared you rather be over prepared than under prepared.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's something that I'm seeing with our people. They're not prepared.
Correct.
They
Correct. And
have they have nothing in their toolbox of skill sets and education to carry them through life. And I understand that is part of the reason why you're running to uplift people and make sure we're where we need to be.
absolutely. And a lot of that is bridging the gaps because we have a lot of underutilized programs in the city that's available
Right.
that
Right.
can really help. It can really help us, and especially with the youth, especially with trying to innovate jobs and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I know, and also you're a homeowner in Newark. You owned
Oh,
a
yeah,
business
absolutely.
in Newark. You know what it takes to balance budgets and look at the financials. And you're very familiar with procurement, knowing what to bring in, when to bring it in, how much to make sure people are satisfied. And your service is good because I've been hearing a lot on the streets about how you manage the A&R Lounge. People loved it. It was like it was
Yeah.
kind of like the
A
black
sec, a
Jesus,
second, a second
but
home.
people
It was
went
like a second
right.
home. It was second home to a lot, and the networking that came out of it, the entrepreneurship, the relationships. Um, it was one story. One young lady came to me, said, "Jimmy, if a guy, if you don't associate with a guy, really interact with him, I could tell
Uh-huh.
that that guy is not a good guy." I said,
Okay.
"Really? What made you say that?" She said, "Well, she said, Jimmy, you mess with a certain type of caliber person." I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Nah." I said, I really mingle with everybody, but she said, "No, the way you interact with certain people, you can tell how your disdain. It's like you can read it on my face, you know."
Right,
I
right,
said,
right. The
I said,
discernment, yeah.
absolutely. It's definitely a
Yeah.
discernment.
Listen,
Um,
Diane
yeah.
Parker, shout out to
Oh,
Diane Parker. She's feeling you. She said no chicken dinners, Jimmy. Hold up. So I vote in the West Ward are more than a chicken dinner, Jimmy.
man. What?
You
Oh my
deserve more.
God. Oh my God. I said, okay, I said something. I said
She
that.
remembers
I said,
that. You said it somewhere.
yeah, I said, I think more of my people than doing a block party and giving them a chicken dinner or a fried chicken sandwich before they
Mm-hmm.
vote. I said, that's no, that's not happening. We're not doing that. What we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do is going to plant seeds. We're going to sit and make this thing work because we have the resources. It's there. So only
Right.
thing we got to do is to fine tune it and and, and
Uh-huh.
and and put the pieces in the right places. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
because
I know.
we have we have a lot of talented individuals in our ward that can
Right.
easily help fix this. But
Right.
a lot of them are ostracized. A lot of them are I'm not gonna say afraid, but a little weird, a little leery about coming
Mm-hmm.
out and coming to the other side because we're looking at a moral like a moral crossroad here with this election. You know,
Right.
because you got friends and family. You know, it may be divided in this situation because of the fact, but a lot of have shared experiences. So
Okay.
that part I do understand. You know, a lot of people not coming out and come forthright, but we got to fix it. It has to be fixed. And you got to be blind not to see not to see that we are off track. This thing is
Right.
off track. You
I
know.
agree. I agree. Totally. Even in the West Ward, I was talking to a stakeholder, and I
Okay.
call this person a stakeholder because they don't necessarily live in the West Ward, but they frequent the West Ward because their child goes to school in the West Ward. So
Oh.
they spoke about the constant drug deals going on down the street from the school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, right down the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Right, what parents are picking their kids up, and that's why the parents are picking them up because they don't trust that their
Because they
children
walk.
will be safe walking to a bus stop or walking down the street if you got these group of guys standing on the corner doing hand-to-hand transactions right in front of the parents that's pulling
Yeah.
up. So, and
Yeah.
this is in the West Ward. So,
It,
how would you have handled that? And they've made calls to city
right.
council
So
members, and nothing has
now,
gotten done, and that's it's still going on.
now, well, what's actually supposed to happen after each school? We're supposed to have an officer by each school, let now and in the beginning. And a
Really?
lot of times, a lot of times, what happens now is the officer gets stuck with a traffic detail because I guess I'm gonna say because of budgetary restraints right now. Because we
Okay.
normally should have crossing guards taking care of the crossing the kids, and the officers making sure the safety of the children. And that
Right.
nonsense of dealing in front, yeah, because when we came up, it was levels and rules to certain things, and
Right.
that was one of the rules. You cannot deal while kids are getting out. You cannot violate. You could.
Uh-huh.
It's a total violation. What's going
Right.
on now? You
Right.
know,
And
but
the kids are seeing this and they're picking up on it. and they're like, "Oh, I know what they're doing. They're selling drugs."
Absolutely. Yeah. It's
And
unfortunate.
I'm
It's
like,
look
why do our kids have to see that? Like, what could be done with the understanding that there are budgetary constraints and officers are other places? What mechanisms can we employ to protect our kids in that sense? Like, could we bring in volunteers? Like, remember when they had the auxiliary police force?
exactly. Now is a Newark special. But
Okay.
what we need to do is also get a couple of the individuals out of the office and let them know, hey,
Uh-huh.
listen, we you're close by this school. We need presence at this location only because there's drug dealing going on and we're trying to knock it off. And
Right.
also we also set up special sting operations also to help control that situation as well. But more like 9 times out of 10, I would definitely put an officer there, not only a car, because I don't like the fact that when they sit in the car and act like there's nothing going on, and then they're on their
Right.
cell phone, but while you got chaos going in the background. So
Exactly.
I do want the officers out of the car. If they don't have a car, I do want them on the feet and making sure that they are interacting in a positive way so that and if they see some nonsense of drug dealing, get rid of, call it in and eradicate the situation.
Okay. Now, how you laid out the solution right
Hmm.
here. How come our current council people aren't doing that? Is it because they don't
Because
know how, or they just they're not
of course not.
aware? They are aware though, because people
We're
made the
aware,
call.
but like I said, what we call is it's SWOT, is a SWOT analysis. And
Okay.
a SWOT analysis, it gives you the breakdown of crime and how it's reported. A lot of these guys don't even know how to read a crime analysis, so how
Okay.
they can't apply certain things because they don't know. But
Okay.
most of my opponents that I don't even know understand how they don't even consider certain things because
Right.
at the end of the day, it's about safety.
Mm-hmm.
It's about being responsible, accountability, growth, transparency. These things are
Right.
very important to me. These things
Right.
in which I know how to do and I've have done. Like I said, but back in the day, we had it was on this over on High Street at the time, High Street, MLK Boulevard, High Street,
Uh-huh.
and the drug dealing was off the chain. The chief came to me personally, McCoy. We need to
Okay.
rectify the situation. We need to
Right.
rectify the situation. Yeah, I said, well, I need my crew. I need my crew, and we'll do what we got to do. After that, we then after we did what we had to do, the the thing started back up. So now we had to put one car outside. So by putting that one car outside, but that one car, I had to go and talk to the main guy who was in charge of that area and explain the
Wow.
situation. Explain the
Wow.
situation, and by doing that, that helped out a lot. The
Okay.
interaction, able to talk to the people, know who the people are, and not being disrespectful, not belittling them, not downgrading them. Because man to man, we all at the end of the day, we all are men. We all are men,
Right.
women, but it's the way in which you approach a situation
Right.
and let them understand this is what's going on. This is what we need to do, you know. And then
Okay.
they complied, and of course, I got a pat on the back. That's it, a pat on the back. That boy, like. but but
Oh man,
it just
look,
goes.
Chuck the
Well,
middleman said these guys aren't smart. They're these are not drug dealers. These are imaginary drug dealers. So I guess these are people that think they're out there
yeah,
hustling
yeah. They
until
so
a guy
wide
like
open.
you comes along and
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
"Hey man, you got to knock this off."
Yo, they so wide open, they stupid. They so wide open, they stupid. I'm like, yo, look at this here. I can roll up. I can tell you who the main man is, who's the shooter, who got the gun, and I can, man.
Wow.
It's so easy, man. And trust me,
Wow.
there's people in which we taught how to identify because you go to school classes and we got trained in New York. We got trained in New York, and it's
Wow.
it's a couple
So you
and
went
yeah.
to training. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Atlantic City, New
So
York. And they got courses in other places too. I'm not
Okay.
going to disclose certain
Oh no,
information.
no, don't no, don't tell the
Yeah.
secrets. But my whole point is that you know how it should be done and how to get it
Hmm.
done. That
Absolutely. That's why,
because of your experience and your insight from being a Newark police detective.
of course. Now, like I tell people, I said the precincts may tell the public or the politicians one thing. They won't be able to pull that
Mm,
on me. No, 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 no,
absolutely.
no,
They
no.
won't say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Jimmy, we can't do it because we got 10 men in the station, and they got to stay in the station." But you would be like, "No, those 10 men got to come
Mm,
outside
come on.
and do
Yeah,
some work."
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And honestly, there's another situation where I'm trying to implement with this program because we have TVs inside the precinct. And
Okay.
once and we can link the TV in, that TV in the precinct with certain things in certain areas that's trouble within that precinct.
Oh
And
wow.
whoever, yeah, oh yeah, you'll be able to monitor because the cameras. A lot of times the cameras don't work, then they work, and then they off. But we never with the whoever we buy the cameras from, we never put in a maintenance contract plan. You
Okay.
know, okay, you won the bid, but there's no maintenance plan. Next thing you know, the camera's out in 6 months.
Right.
Now, guess
Right.
what? We got to pay
Right.
for the camera. No, that
Mm,
same company install it. Yeah, listen, we need a maintenance plan, and this is how we're going to do it. A lot of
okay.
things are so misconstrued. I'm like, who's working these deals for us? You
Right.
know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The mismanagement, the messed up negotiations. Hold on. You got
absolutely.
Donna Jackson. It,
Oh,
she said, "Good evening, Jimmy and Shakima." That's what's up. You got Donna Jackson shouting us out, and you got Christina Cherry watching. She said, "Hey,
what's
Shakima and
up?
Jimmy, hold on, hold up." And you got Aaron Frazier.
Well,
He said people
Aaron,
need to have pride like it used to be coming up.
right?
Education and wisdom was often shared back then. Pride about
Yes.
where you live, went to school, neighbors knew one another, and a senseless killing was not part of the dynamics of community. Nevertheless, both of you are invited to our monthly intergenerational community meal to fellowship and get to know those in community. The more, the merrier. We believe in safe spaces, bring addition to the share. All right, you just got invited
Absolutely.
to a community event. Somebody is feeling
Yeah,
what you were saying about making the public safe because that's it
absolutely.
now. And it's seeming like the issue is just because of mismanagement and the know-how. And you have the knowledge and the skills that Newark Police should be employing, but they're not because, like you said, they're getting over on people.
Man,
No.
I was in a situation where the homeless guy spit in the lady face
What?
and
Ew. That's
spit in the lady.
nasty.
I wasn't present for that part, but when the officer came up and told the lady that I have so many jobs, I have too many jobs that he couldn't take the report. So when I
What?
heard that and what the lady, I had to intervene. I said,
Mm-hmm.
young man, I said, I never want to hear that come out your mouth again. What difference does it make how many jobs you have in the queue when this lady called for service?
Right.
She just told you the guy's right across the street. She just told you he spit in her face, and it's just not the first time he ever did that, something like that. What
Wow.
are you going to do, young fella?
Wow.
I said, by minimum, I said, minimum. I said, you have to take a report, minimum,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take action,
Right.
you know? So,
Wow.
so the guy was apprehended, and we I had to get a. We had when the report was executed.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Detective. Thank you,
yeah,
retired Detective McCoy.
yeah. But
Wow.
like I said,
That's what you're
in
doing
in, in this,
every day. Yeah, your interactions. You're not just saying, "Oh, the heck with it." I'm
Uh,
retired now. You got involved,
that-
and that's what people like to see.
and but here's the thing about I like to tell people also. I'm not a big social media guy. I do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things behind the scenes. A
Yeah,
lot, a lot,
yeah.
and and a lot of times in the West Ward we haven't had a leader in a long time, true
Mm-hmm.
leadership in a long time. So when you're looking at competence and readiness, we need a leader that is ready now, not
Right.
trying to learn the job, trying to get seasoned, trying to
Mm-hmm.
fiddle fat. How you say fiddle faddle?
Fiddle-
Try,
Give
a
me
good thing
another
comes
four
up.
years. Give me. I'll get
Yeah,
it right. And we
right,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
time for that. We don't
Time
have
for that.
time for that.
Something come up good. Only thing you want to do is take a picture along the person. Okay, yeah, here we go. But the thing never gets implemented. The idea never goes beyond. Like I said, things in
Beyond the
which I've
photo op.
started, and yeah, I call it a tag
It
along,
doesn't.
like one of those
Okay.
Girl Scout cookies. Come on, want to tag along? Come on, enough of that. Enough of the facade. You know,
Right. You're
either
right. Yeah.
either either you gonna get in here, get in order to get the West Ward to a prop because I have a vision. I have a beautiful vision. And it involves having a theater. It involves having a dining facility that you can bring your family to. It The thing is, I don't like the fact if I just cross the street to South Orange, it's like night and day.
Yeah.
I don't like that. And when
Yeah.
I go down towards Stuyvesant Avenue from oh my God, it's
Yeah.
like bro,
Somebody said that. Somebody said
this,
we have Chuck the middleman. We have to remove the debris, the trash,
yes,
the trash. And it
yeah,
shouldn't be like that because we pay our taxes. Why should
exactly.
we have to live in squalor?
And
We're
and then
we're
our
not
taxes,
getting our city services.
no, we're not
No street sweepers.
nothing. And we South Orange Avenue just changed over vendors. They just changed over
Okay.
vendors and for the
Okay.
cleaning, and I hopefully it's good, hopefully. But that doesn't still negate the homelessness that's out there. That still doesn't
That
negate
too.
the the individuals out there still peddling drugs, still looking for drugs,
Hmm.
still it, it's like a horror show, you know. Here
Yeah.
we go. Let's go. Here we it's and you try to talk to individuals in that neighborhood, but some are so zombified. They don't hear you.
Yeah.
They don't even hear you. They don't even hear
Yeah.
you. You know.
Yeah. I remember I made a call to you about the homeless people on South
Yeah.
Orange Avenue in Telford. They were
Yes.
just living outside, and you were like, where are they? Where they at? Send me the picture. I
Yeah.
sent it to you, and the next day they were gone. It was cleaned
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like
like, yeah, you're not even in office, and you made that happen.
yeah. Again, it's about connecting the dots and making. We have things in place again, once again, and I know
Yeah,
things in place because I worked for the city of Newark for 30 years, so I know who to call. I know who to
right,
talk to. You know, it's not a thing of we're trying to figure things out. Well, what happens now? Now we have illegal dumping going on all the time.
right.
What sense does it if we know we got the same area for illegal dumping? Why aren't we setting up a camera for one and having some
Yeah,
type of a unit that's close by?
right.
And because that could simply be monitored through our communication division from the precinct or even a substation.
Oh, and
And then
and
we
going
find
back,
and then we find them. We find the shit out of them.
I remember you got that you caught the people that was dumping the cooking oil down into the sewer.
Do it. Yes.
And
Oh
you
my
you
God.
set
Yeah.
up that operation, and once again you're not even in office, and you took care of that. That was like what, 2 years ago,
So yeah,
when
yeah,
with
because
Joe's Market they were
yeah, yeah,
pouring the cooking oil, and you set something up, a sting operation. You did some police type stuff. and,
always.
and you caught them, and like you said, they got fined and it stopped because they
Yeah,
they
behind
were
the
getting
scenes.
away with it because nobody said
Money.
anything. Nobody came down on them. They were just like, whatever, this is Newark. We don't care. And it
Yeah.
did that, but then you flipped it on them and they
You,
now it stopped.
you see that erodes trust within a lot of that erodes a lot of things when people do things like that. It don't know it's going to affect us in a bigger way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have to take steps, measures to combat it. Like I said, the fines have to increase. I don't because we you have to be you. It has to be a better deterrent. You know, oh, okay, he littered. Oh, $200. No, 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 no. He littered $500. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, and the dog mess, the dog mess.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
a
That's
dog. You listen to me. If you got a dog, and you're not cleaning up that mess, I'm playing hopscotch, walking
right.
down the street over
Right.
dog mess because there's too many cameras that yo listen. You're not picking up your dog mess. Here go a fine. Here go a
Right.
fine. And the
Right.
fine, like I said, the fine got to be a little bit greater because somehow it's not being adhered to with that little bit of change. You know,
Right.
okay, yeah, what the hell? You know, like I said,
Exactly.
and there's other ideas. There's other we got to start putting up better notifications too, because some people say, well, I don't, you know, I'm a senior, I can't bend down like that. Well, there's little pooper scoopers that you can buy now that that folds out, or snaps
Right.
out, bags it up for you at the
Uh-huh.
same time, roll it up, throw it in the trash. Simple and easy.
See,
Simple
you
and
got
easy.
you
So
got a lot of solutions. You got the solutions. I guess we're just not implementing them.
yo, but you got to remember, I was in the military, and you got to remember, the military was always 15 years in front of the rest of the world, 15 to 20 years in front of the rest of the world,
Wow.
from the
Wow.
inventions to the way in which we did things. And any
Wow.
military guy who's on the thing, any veteran, they can tell you that we was way ahead. We was
Wow.
innovating. We was making something out of nothing. You know, it was
Wow.
crazy. It was crazy.
Let me go
So,
to this comment too.
oh,
Back
okay,
to Christina Cherry said it's twofold. You have landlords who live in their homes versus renters who don't care
correct.
about the beautification. How would you
Yeah.
change that mindset? Because you do have
The landlord
renters,
has to put in a
you
clause.
know,
The landlord has to put a clause in their contracts when they sign these tenants.
okay,
That it's a curb appeal. It's important
okay,
that they keep curb appeal, and everybody is held accountable within as a free family. Everybody's held accountable from the hallway to the outside, from the trash. You got to put it in there. Whoever's going to be responsible, the landlord has to step up in that regard. You know, if
okay,
they don't want to live there because oh man, he got me taking out the garbage. Oh man, he got me cleaning up. Because if you go down the East District, you see like an 80-year-old woman wiping out her sidewalk, and she's not the
wow,
owner. She's a tenant. It's
wow,
a mindset.
wow.
It's a mindset.
So
So
we
if the
need to take
mindset, go ahead.
responsibilities.
Right.
There are
So
certain responsibilities that go beyond just paying your rent. You got to help keep the place in shape too, which makes sense
exactly,
because when people go live in
exactly,
these shelters, the supervisors of the shelters, they alternate people on who has to clean the bathroom, who has to clean the
exactly,
room, and they're all partaking in making sure their spaces are clean. But go ahead. I'm
exactly.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I see opponents out there, cleaning, help clean the streets, and call me up if you need the street clean. But to me, that's not empowering the people that lives in the
Mhm.
neighborhood.
Right.
It's good, it's good to get started. It's admirable, hands down. I might call you,
Mhm.
come clean but my street is already clean. I don't we don't have to do that. But it's the individual that lives in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
You gotta care more about the image, the look, the appearance. We call it broke the broken window syndrome.
Okay.
Like if you got an old abandoned house and it's been older abandoned for years, and people, drug dealers in and out, or people users in and out of the house. No one
Mm-hmm.
called the city, say, "Hey, we need to board this up. A child may go in there and get hurt."
Right.
It's simple ways to do that. And also, you got abandoned car been abandoned for eons. You can
Mm-hmm.
call in. Somebody could take that responsibility. Like, hey, this car been abandoned for such and such. We had a situation where a reverend, he was trying to get a truck moved for like 2 years.
Wow.
2 years. So of course I happened to go to church one day, and he asked me a question. I said, "Well," he said, "the officer said they can't move it." I said, "They said they couldn't move it." I said, "Why's that?"
Right.
She said, I said, how old?" I said, "Was it a new officer? Was it?" I said,
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk to the supervisor?" I said, "Let me talk to the supervisor." I said, so we talked to the supervisor. Next thing you know, we issued a abandonment ticket. Now, once you issue an abandonment ticket on a vehicle, you got 24 to 48 hours to move that vehicle. 72 hours,
Okay.
sometimes. So
Okay.
after that time lapse and that truck started to move, now you can tow it because you sure. But that truck's been there since 2 years, sitting in the same location.
Wow.
I saw to the neighborhood.
Wow.
Not
Two
not
years.
only
Wow.
that truck, we had towed three and four other vehicles that was just abandoned, and it was
Mm.
wheels off. It was just horrible. It made the neighborhood look bad.
For 2 years, though, they couldn't get
Two
nobody to do anything.
years, because
Wow.
again, the officers giving the bullshit. They give the people the bullshit.
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
no, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
Wow.
so you mean to tell me you can't issue an abandonment ticket and say once an abandonment ticket? Oh, yeah, that was their response. Oh,
Right.
I'm like, damn, who's training? Who's training these people?
Wow. We
But,
got a comment from Kevin Jenkins. He said,
yeah,
"This is a good man who cares about his community. Westwood,
absolutely.
the time is now. Jimmy has done more for his community than the elected official who's there now. Take a stand or perish." Okay. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
I'm gonna take a stand. I'm not trying to perish and have abandoned vehicles on my block for 2 years.
Hey, listen, like I said, I'm not a politician, but I want to be elected. I will be elected official, and I will work for you, and I work for the people. That's how I work because I have already protected and served. My vernacular sometimes is not the best at times.
Mhm.
There's times in which I have to use as they say, a curse word because it
Mhm.
gives that shock factor. Like, oh,
Right.
okay, okay, I hear you. Wow.
Right. Right.
A lot of people may not like it, but to them, I say, you do things in which the way you do things, and I have to do things the way I have to do things
And
because
that's
I know what works, and I
right.
know how to get the end results. A lot of
And,
times you're like, oh man, he just cut at a CEO because the CEO he wasn't listening to you. Now
right.
he's listening, and now he's
Okay.
listening. Excuse me, young fella. Yeah, did you hear what I just said? No, no. Could you repeat it? There you go. Now we got open forum. I
Mhm.
know as far as communication, what works. And in our neighborhoods, there's people who listen, but there's people who hear you, but they're not listening.
Right. Right.
So you have to find that line of communication. And for me, that way works for me.
And I know it's probably because of your training, your psychology training. You were a psychology major.
Yeah, psychology minor, as a minor,
Oh, your
as a
mind. Oh, I'm
minor.
sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you
and
get into people's heads and you look at behaviors and I've seen what you've done with that and how you interact, even when you interact with the young boys that you mentor. I'm sorry,
yes,
young men. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I don't want
yeah,
to use the cut. I'm a young
yeah.
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're like 30 years younger than me, but he's a man.
They get
Okay.
offended. That term
Right.
boy.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know. I know. My son hit me with that one day too. I called him little guy and he said, "I'm not little." Who's little? And I'm like, I'm sorry. But yeah, I see how you mentor the young men and you prepare them, even sitting on the board of the hub, and I see the guys coming in and out of the headquarters, and you know how they respond and respect you.
Absolutely. And
You
because
know,
like I said, it's a mutual respect for what, because I understand that what they failed to realize, I was young too, and
right?
young men try to do things, and we know it all, and
Yeah.
we want to get things done quickly. We want to, but hold on, slow down, son. There's certain steps you're gonna miss along the way, and you got to learn these steps, because if you don't, you'll be coming back again to learn it once again.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. I hope that didn't go over people's head. That
No, 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 no.
okay. All right.
It ain't over mine. I don't know. Get in the comments if it went over your head. The way I took that is that they don't listen. They'll be right back to square one.
Exactly.
10 years later, starting all over, where they could have did the right thing the first time. But
Man, I
we
tell
got
you.
we got
Yeah.
Donna. She said safe spaces for our children and elders. That's what she
Yeah.
wants. And Artis Norvell says it's all about accountability. If we are a community, then we as a community have to work together, holding each one
Absolutely.
accountable and work together
Absolutely.
to improve the space in which we share and live within. We develop the concept of each one teach one. And I've seen you doing that with the young men. You know, you
Absolutely.
don't have to do this, but you do.
It's so
You know,
important. I've been in a situation where guys, guys say, man, f those kids, f those kids, f those kids, right? I'm like,
right.
no, it's always f those kids until you get your daughter pregnant, get your favorite
Mm,
niece pregnant, or get your cousin
mm.
your favorite. It's always, you know what I mean? Now that
Right,
same kid that you said f, now he's part of your family.
right, right,
You know,
right, right.
so you can't just say f those kids. You gotta
So you
share. You
intervene,
gotta let them know the way you're thinking. My man, okay, let's revisit this. And you
right?
mean to tell me, so
Yeah,
because you gotta repeat back how they talking to you, and let them hear. Does this really make sense, my man?
right.
Are you really hearing yourself?
And I've heard you say that to the young men. Are you hearing yourself? And then they, oh, Mr. McCoy, oh, you know what? Yeah, yeah. I don't know what I was talking about. And I be so amazed, like, oh my gosh, Jimmy just turned him around just like that.
Yeah,
If I would have said something, it would have been like, she's a nag, she's on my
yeah, yeah.
back.
No, no.
You know, she's blowing my, you know what?
Yeah, man.
You
But
know,
like I said, being a leader, being been placed in leadership positions, and I've been placed in leader position all my life.
right.
Man, I could be sitting down, we'd be in a classroom. McCoy, you're now the new platoon leader. McCoy, you're now in charge of such and such. Really?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So,
So people
um,
come to you like they did for this election. You know,
yeah,
I've heard people came to you and said they wanted you to run to clean up the
yeah,
West Ward and to
yeah.
bring back that leadership that we once had in our community. Oh, look who's on here. Jules.
Ooh.
Yes, Jimmy. Jules, I called you a young man and not a young boy. Made sure I got it right. And
Jules,
if
that's
anyone
what
wants
that
to donate to Jules, put the links in the comments to support your
Jules,
group.
Jules is one of the young leaders that's going to be really really do something for the West Fork, because not only
Absolutely.
am I entering this race, I'm also trying to seek the next individual who's going to take over,
Wow.
and we're going to do it as a community. We're not going to let somebody else tell us who to put in our ward for us.
Right. Right.
They have to have the same interest. if they homeowners or not, it makes a difference. It does make a difference. Only
Mm-hmm.
because, there's certain things you're going to encounter, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but as a people, as a group, as a community, we have to be collective in the things in which we do, because we are all in this together, believe it or not.
Absolutely. We got us. We got
You
us.
know. And I told people, I said, no, I didn't move out. I didn't move out of the West Ward. I didn't move out of Newark, like a lot of cops do. But I stayed here. I
Yeah.
stayed here because, one, I saw the need. I saw where our 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 our, our people, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people wasn't being treated right. Well, people wasn't being treated fairly. And I
Mm-hmm.
and I think I was sometime that nucleus that brought things into a better I pivoted.
Right.
For a lot of people, so that,
Wow.
if especially young men who did, like I said, small infraction. Instead, I was a young man. He became he was a lookout at one of the locations. A lookout.
Uh-huh.
He just got out of
Uh-huh.
jail.
Okay.
So when I rolled up on him, talked to him, and I said, well, where you live at? So I said, well, you better live at the address, because I'm taking you back home, because you know what you're doing out here. I know what you're doing out here. So
Absolutely.
knock on the door, meet the mother, and I explained to the mother what's going on, and what, and she was like, I told his behind. I told his behind not to run around there. And it was so rewarding. That, to me, was better than just trying to lock the kid up. That was
Mm-hmm.
so rewarding to know. Like, listen. And I told him, I said, I see you there again. I'm bringing you back home. So,
Right.
so,
Right.
so,
And you're that
so,
type of guy.
yeah. So get in your books, find a job or find a good trade. And if you need
Right.
some help, let me know. You know. So we
Yeah.
exchanged, me and the mother and the dad and the stepfather, and all exchanged numbers. And to this day, that kid did what he's doing well.
Nice.
A lot of
Nice.
these kids are grown. A lot of these kids are grown men now with
Oh,
families.
wow.
You
Wow.
know, I think the most rewarding thing was when I was in ShopRite, the Pathmark, and the guys approached me when I had my sons and said, "Yo, listen to your father. Your son helped me. Your father helped me out, and he changed my way of thinking." And it was so
Mm-hmm.
rewarding to see them give my son that. My son was like, "Dad, why these guys be coming up to us telling us to listen to you? Make sure we pay attention." Because I said,
Mm.
"Son, a lot of times people don't have the same upbringing as you. Sometimes a person life may be different than yours. It may be more of a struggle to make
Mm-hmm.
ends meet. You know,
Right.
getting young teenage pregnancy, um, trying to find a way when you got all this records, you got shit, you got a heck of a profile right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you're trying to go apply for a job. Whoa.
Right. Yeah.
There's only several jobs you're gonna apply for that you may get. But
Right.
that doesn't stop you for getting your education and bettering yourself along the way. You know,
Absolutely.
because people do make mistakes.
Absolutely.
And that part I know. And like I tell people, I said, as an officer out there, I looked at these guys as my nephew, could be my cousin. Because these guys a lot of them look alike. Yeah, and so no shit, a lot of my nephew, my cousin. Oh man,
Right. Right.
that's
Wow. So
yeah,
you see them as family
exactly.
instead
And
of people you don't care about and whatever the hell with them. You see
right
them as
now,
family, man. That's different. I've never heard an elected official say that.
I got questioned by one of my Caucasian officers at one time. She said, "McCoy, you talk to them as if you're their uncle, like you're parenting them." I said, "Yeah." I
Right.
said, "Because they have to understand." It was a situation
Wow.
where the kids was coming out of Eastside High School one year, and they called all cars. It was all cars because the kids was just wilding out.
Right.
No real damage, but wilding out.
Right.
So at the same time, I got out of the car And the kids knew me. McCoy, McCoy. I said, you, the football player. You, come in. Because only out of the group is only it's almost like 5%, 3% that really causing heck havoc. So
The rest of us is
you,
following.
yeah, yeah. Now I will be at the school tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to your coach. They and we're gonna have a hell of a workout tomorrow.
And that's how you got them in order?
Yeah, they understood. Boy, we bust sweat on them boy.
See, and that's the
Oh,
type of discipline they need. You
mm-hmm.
know, and it's not about just locking people up and throwing them
Oh,
in jail or vilifying them and making them the bad
yeah,
guy.
yeah, no, because like I said, you got some kids who just like to have fun, who are just natural jokesters. Some
Right.
some take it too far, but some are just natural jokesters. Some kids who have serious serious mental problem and really wasn't properly
Uh-huh.
diagnosed.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so sometimes you by talking to them, interacting with them, you can almost make a sensible assessment. You know,
Okay.
some kids just have a built up rage within them for whatever
Mm,
reason. And I may throw a joke in to ease their attention a little bit. You know,
right.
they'll laugh like, "Yo, that's funny." I say, "Yeah, yeah." But sometimes, like say we do, say I'm use a traffic stop, and you got a bunch of youth in the car.
Uh-huh.
You ask the question, "Hey, you got any weapons? You got any guns on you? Such and such. What you got any
Mm-hmm.
bombs? What about a grenade?" Huh?
A grenade.
So
Oh,
that kind
wow,
of
son. Break the ice.
yeah, yeah. So that kind of breaks the ice, and that also gives me a barometer of what we're dealing with too. As
Okay.
far as safety, as far as because it's always about officer safety. Because you
Right.
always got kids who gets nervous. We had this one kid. His license was suspended, or he didn't have license. He's running all through the city of Newark for
Mm.
not for license. Man, I said, dude, we know who you are. We know who you are. You can run. You can run.
You just go wait for him to stop and go to his house, knock on his door, and pick him
No,
up.
no, no. So anyway, anybody got questions?
Wow, wow. So that's the other thing you're letting us in on. You're the type of guy that gets to know the people in your community and
Yeah,
actually know the people in your community.
you have to. You have to. It's the community. It's the
Wow.
community. How you think we got? My unit. We got 10 guns off the street in one day. Different
One
in
day?
one day.
Wow.
In one day. Different locations. It's a
Wow.
community. It was a
Wow.
community.
Let me
You
let
know.
me let me tell you a shout out to Miss J. Miss Joyner's on. She says she thanked me for having Mr. McCoy on. She says I like that he is former military and a former detective. Just that alone and listening in tells me that he's the real McCoy.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm
Okay.
humbled. I'm humbled. I'm humbled. And
And
yes, I'm former military, and I was a commissioned officer as well.
oh, what's the commission officer? Was it that
Uh,
you get paid?
I,
You
huh?
get paid to do more work? What
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know
well,
I
you
don't
do.
know the military
Yeah,
lingo.
you have the non-commissioned officer, which is like sergeant ranks and so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Private, and do you have commissioned officers, which is lieutenant, captain, colonel, and major, so on and so forth, and general.
Oh, okay.
Eh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you wasn't just a regular guy.
no,
You
by
were
no means.
commissioned.
Commission. But in my taxes, I scored the highest. I scored the highest in my class for tactics.
Wow, for tactics. Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna need
absolutely.
those for the Westwood. We need
Oh,
those
trust me.
tactics to clean up South Orange Drive, 18.5. You know,
Oh, it's coming. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Also, for the young men, for the young people, we always talk about we got to do something for them. We got to do something for them. We have
Mm-hmm.
buildings, we have abandoned buildings, we have schools, we have facilities that exist. But only
Uh-huh.
thing I'm trying to do is match up. I'm gonna call it a community apprenticeship program, CAP,
Okay.
and
Okay.
where I match up the kids because you want to find out what they likes and dislikes. And you want to match
Right.
them up. Do they want to be an electrician? Do they want a plumber? Do they want a construction? Do they want to be a airline pilot? Do they want to be a maintenance, a mechanic, or or whatever they desire? So you want
Uh-huh.
to match up their personality. You want to match up their skill level because some people
Right.
may be multifaceted, multi-skilled. You know, some people just
Mm-hmm.
want to be a musician, artist, but we want to try to match up these kids so that way they could get certified and one day get the job at the Newark airport and not just be going out and
Okay.
becoming a baggage handler or janitor.
Right.
You know, put them
Right.
in office.
Right.
You know, let's prepare
Right.
them properly because when we
Right.
came out of school, it was a thing we had to take. We had to take the civil service test
Right.
before we came
Yes.
out. Yeah. It was like one of the requirements. You had to take the
Yeah.
civil service, so you knew you was going someplace. They didn't leave us stranded, looking
Right.
crazy.
Right. 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 Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you gotta go visit Miss J. She's on Isabella Avenue. She says she's been a
Isabel.
strong advocate over there for 20 years. The past 10 years, they've gotten a lot done and they've cleaned up the block.
Yes. In fact, Isabella was one of the. Whew, Isabella was rough.
Right, right.
Um,
So you gotta go visit Miss
Isabella was
J.
rough, and it was a lot. It was a couple of abandoned buildings, but it was a lot of illegal activity,
Right,
to say lightly. And Miss
right.
J, I will definitely come visit you because I love to see. In fact, I drove through Isabella. I'm not gonna lie. I drove through Isabella. I drive through the ward constantly, different aspects of the ward, and I make notes of, what needs to take place. What I don't see officers doing anymore is like, let's say they got a light out, a light that could help brighten up the area, or they
Uh-huh.
got something that it's obviously a trouble of something that's troubling. And as an
Mm-hmm.
officer, if you're patrolling properly, you identify. If you don't make notes, do 1,001. Go back and say, hey, listen, I believe this wire is is going to be a problem, such and such, such and such. We need to get somebody out here from the city, or you can
Mm-hmm.
do it on the air. However, to make do. But I don't see that community type policing. I see they're trying to be, coffee with a cop stuff like that. But that let's try to beautify the neighborhood aspect of them. Let's make our area beautiful. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
that anymore. You
Right,
know,
right.
so
Wow.
I like to see
And
more of that, and I will hold the commanders more accountable for a certain action that I want to see.
wow. Ms. Jackson says we had a lot of damage to our community during and after COVID. We
Yeah,
must reconnect with our families and each other to bring things back. And I think I think you're the guy to do that. I think
I
you're the real McCoy that's
I
needed.
agree. I agree with that, and I thought of several different ideas in which we can do that. We can do a community thing at the park. We can do community activities that used to pull us together.
Right.
Even with activities for the kids and adults. It's like almost like a round robin type situation in the parks, but we can all work on certain things to even make it even more better activity. I know we all need outlets. I know this. This is, but I think our outlets should be more productive than just going to
Mm-hmm.
see Freddie Wap and Freddie Wap and who
Rappers. I mean,
I don't get.
I seen you hang with Tretch. But I
Oh yeah,
seen that you're able to bring the rappers in too, if that's what the
oh
kids
yeah.
want. But
Right.
but the way your style is, I can see you bringing them in, but then the kids doing a project after that, something educational.
So yeah, that's me.
Making them
Honestly,
write a
yeah.
report.
Yeah, and that's it's either going to be before or after. It's going to be something because it's not going to just be a free ride, and because we have to hold the kids more accountable than what we're doing. Oh, well,
Right,
it's just Johnny, it's just Johnny. We got to let them slide. No, how you make? You're not making them. You're not making a better man out of them. You're not.
exactly,
You know.
exactly.
You got the kids work for a little while and go back home. Got the mothers on welfare.
Uh-huh.
He's in the video. He's damn near 18, 19, 20 years old. He's playing videos and not even
Hmm.
adding to the household,
Hmm.
using up his electricity, eating the food, scratching his behind, fart, farting.
Yeah, they got to send them to your program.
Oh, absolutely.
Make a man out of them.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But some mothers may not want that because some mothers, and I'm gonna say it, some mothers coddle they sons too high. I understand loving, but
Right,
there's a time in
right,
which they have to learn, and
right.
it's going to take a man to help
Hmm.
bring that out of another young man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because in certain periods in time in which the son is not going to he's going to love his mother always, but he's not going to
Right,
really be listening to her. You know?
right. Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean. Cause when I tell those guys stuff, they don't be listening to me. I don't even bother no more. I just be like,
yeah.
I'll let the real McCoy deal with them. Because
And it's not true, right?
you
It's
really
like
do
no.
not handle them. You really, yeah, they do it right away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been asking this kid to do this for 10 days.
Yeah.
Jimmy talked to him for a minute, and he's like doing what
What's the
he should
problem?
have did 10 days ago. Without a problem and no complaint. I'm like, oh wow. Okay. But yeah,
Yeah,
we
but I
got we
tell
got a
you,
good question too. This is a good
okay,
one.
let's go.
William Hathaway says, "What will you do if elected regarding the budget and other issues related to the budget and how,
Fir-
you know,
First, we have to do a serious audit, a forensic audit.
mhm,
Because we have to know where this money is going.
right,
We have to know
right,
where this money is going for one. And then
okay,
once we realize where it's going to and how it's being really broken down and spent and
mhm,
what's accounted for and what's not being accounted for, you can finally do a realistic budget. But
right,
a budget is not hard to do. It's
right, and
yeah. To do a budget is really not hard to do, but it's just accountability of where the money is going. If you're getting $100,000, I'm using that as just an example,
right,
and it's going to this department, that department. You want to see how it's itemized and where it's going, how it's being broken down, where it's going. Exactly. If
right,
there's a $24,000 someplace missing, where is it? I like to
yeah,
know where that's at.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
but yeah,
and you
so
seem like you'll be a detective about it too,
oh
investigating.
man, man, they ain't know, man, you let Penny be missing.
We're gonna find out who took that penny, when they took it, and what did they spend
Man,
that penny on.
oh man,
All right, hold up. Miss J said, please come by to Isabella Ave. She said it's changed. Thank God it's getting much better. Follow up. She said she's
okay.
held PSCNG accountable too. They're making homeowners whole that had landscape compromised from gas line repairs.
Mm. Okay,
Wow.
what's that?
Wow.
What's the address on Isabella that she
We'll
has
do
a
that
number?
offline. We'll do it.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
I'll let
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Thanks.
Miss
Yeah.
J, I'll give Jimmy your information. And Donna Jackson said PSCNG rally tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. on the corner of Central Ave and South 15th Street. Let's hold PSCNG accountable for these high
Yes.
bills.
Not only for the high bills, Donna, but the way they come in and tear up our streets and roads and just leave there like a big lump in the middle. Like, yo, we
Right,
just had the street paved. And look at this nonsense you left here. So
Right,
we
right,
also got to put contractually. We also got to put something back in that it has to be better than, equal to, or better than they left
right.
it. Whoever doing construction, because they
Hmm.
getting this money, they gonna, man, hold people accountable. That's all we're gonna do. That's all we're gonna
Exactly.
do now.
Exactly. And I like that. We're up on our hour. Can you believe it? Like,
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
We've been having so much fun.
Wow.
So much
Yeah.
fun. And you laid things out for us. Let me see. I think I got some images up here too.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's show some images of you.
Oh, wow.
We got you supporting an author
Miss
at
Marshall.
a
Miss
book.
Marshall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, look, and
She was trying.
you really know these people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know the
You
people.
see.
Let me
I was
see what
definitely.
else we got up
I'm gonna
here.
definitely bring her in so she could talk to some of my people for real. Oh,
You got the little guy
that
who
now
wanted to meet you.
this event right here, we was doing planting the seeds, event where we was doing like I'm a big gardener at heart, so and he that little man walked up to me.
Oh man, let's see what else we got in here of you. Okay, okay, brother
Man,
Jules in the middle,
yeah, that was a nice
and
little
the
party. That was a
young
nice,
men. Young men,
yeah,
that's one of the young men right there.
yeah,
And,
absolutely, absolutely,
Donna Jackson.
yes. I'm expecting big things out of young Jules. Donna Jackson is definitely a advocate for the people. And she is very concerned about how and what goes on in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But that party was nice. That was a nice party though.
It was. I had a good time. We
Yeah.
have you and your
OJ
your
OJ
friend.
Anderson.
Yes, the
Yeah, right.
football player from New York Giants.
Giants. Yeah. Yeah. Him and LT are buds. So well, normally when you see one, you see the other.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
That's a nice
and I'm
jacket.
showing these. Yeah, that is. I'm showing your connections that you have too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
To bring to the community. It,
Right.
it,
What we did? What we did with
oh,
OJ Anderson and LT.
let's go.
Yeah, what we did with OJ Anderson and LT, we brought them to Westside High School and we gave out autographed signed helmets to a couple of the football players and students there. It was a heck of an event to have a individual of those stature that stature to come to visit these kids because they don't get that a lot. And
Absolutely.
what I've also been doing is with Mr. Price down at Bradley Court. I've been bringing guys who are millionaires that came out to our neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been bringing them back down to talk to the kids and let them know how they can make it and what they can do to make it and how to
Right.
stay away from trouble. It's very that Mr. Price runs a nice program down in Bradley Court. So
Okay.
I thought I'd be able to add by bringing the millionaires through, so they can and judges, doctors, attorneys, and so that they can see and learn and see it's possible. It's not impossible.
It's
And these
not.
are the same environment that they came up in. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like you don't have to be from a Montclair or Maplewood. You can be from Newark and uplift and build your community up to kind of mirror those quality things that people leave Newark seeking. We can have it here in our city.
This is
Uh
true.
Ed said Jimmy's the real deal.
What up? What up, Brian? What up, Brian?
And
Yeah.
then right here, I mean,
It was
what was
cold
that
that day.
line? It was, but what was that line you said about writing?
Oh man, I tell people don't worry if I write rhymes. I write checks. Yeah, That was a donation to the treehouse, Miss Tanya Velps. What happened was for 3 months she was asking for help on Facebook. And this lady has for over 15 years provided free meals to to residents, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
West Ward.
Mm-hmm.
And the lines, when I tell you the lines would probably come from here, from here to damn near Jersey City. And what happened was, when she asked for help, I gave her a call, and find out how she was making out. And she said,
Mm.
"Mr. McCoy, no one gave me anything." I said, "I'll be there
Wow.
tomorrow." I told her I'll be there tomorrow,
Oh,
and that's it.
wow.
It was not political motivated behind it. Just the check was cut. Here you go, and
Nice.
it was well deserved and well needed. And then what I tried to do was
She looks
have other
happy.
people. Oh, she was very happy. It was right on time. It was right on time. But I get into their personal business. It was really right on time. And what I wanted to do is try to spark, ignite, so other
Mm-hmm.
people to give. But it somehow
Mm-hmm.
it didn't ignite today. I guess people say, she got money now. you know, Which-
Miss J said they were wrapped around the block lines, always
yeah,
providing for the Westward. So, and you being connected and involved in the community, you were able to answer her call. You were there for her.
absolutely. We cannot afford to lose a Miss Phelps out of our community. A lady like that, you don't see people take time out in the snow, the winter, the cold, the rain to
Yeah,
help people anymore. You
yeah.
know, so if whatever I can do, and that's on everything, I'm gonna make sure she's okay.
Okay, okay. Let's see what else we got here. What else we got here? You
Oh
speaking at an event,
yes, that's
fostering seeds.
right. That's an organization that helps kids. And I believe I forgot the young lady name who started it, but it helps kids like runaway kids, kids who are having trouble at home, and it's another outlet for them to talk it out and pretty much work off that stress and anger, because there's some kids who's going through a lot of traumatic stress at home,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
abuse, neglect, you name it. So, and this
Wow.
is also an outlet for the kids as well. And if we need to call other services in, that's what we have to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I mean, I had the one from the hub. I'm not gonna show that one. I'll save that for
Oh,
next time. With you
oh
and
yeah,
Tretch. You and Tretch,
oh yeah,
the naughty by nature rapper.
oh yeah, yeah. Trash Vinny, and guys. Yeah, that we go way, way back, way back.
I know, I know. I'll save that for later. I'll say y'all gotta do something for me to post that one. Y'all
Yeah,
but
I'll make that happen. You guys also remember I was affiliated with DJ K Slay for a long time as well. And if I tell you guys, one of the hardest working guys who I've met in my life, he was working harder than James Brown.
wow.
And God rest his soul. Good brother, good heart, and he gave a lot of individual opportunity. And this is what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying with this guy, this rapper guy inside the office. You could bring all the celebrities to Newark, but if they're not helping these kids move and elevate, then what's the
Right.
purpose? Seriously,
Exactly.
seriously,
Exactly.
you know,
Right. Right.
the,
Wow.
you know,
So you bring substance, you bring something that these kids can have moving forward, not just a party for one day,
no,
not
no,
just jumping up and down and screaming lyrics to a song for one day. What, like you
hey,
said, what does that do after that? What do we do
not
with
a
that?
daggone
Now,
thing.
right,
It,
right.
it's like it goes to the old adage: you teach a man to fish, you know,
Mhm.
and once you teach a person how to, you can feed, and it continues on to feed generations. generation.
Right.
Like I said, the big thing this summer we're planning to do with the gardens, the community gardens. We're going to try to implement a way in which we're going to start juicing, so start bringing more healthy way of thinking, lifestyle, without
Right.
harming anybody's business.
Right.
But
Okay.
for the
All
most
right.
part, I really want us to all continue to be on the same board. I
Mhm.
definitely going to stop by Isabella. I'm gonna make that a point. Definitely.
And you know what's crazy? I know you will. I know you probably try to get up and go over there now. I know you.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
would. I would. Yeah. 'Cause It's like moving into a new neighborhood. I always remember this. You go during the daytime. You go during the afternoon to see how things, different days, and then you go through it during the evening, see how it is, and then you go on the weekend to see how it is during the weekend.
Yeah,
And before
yeah.
you move into the no, yeah, you check it out. You check
That
it
that
out.
that's exactly how I picked out where I was gonna purchase a home in Newark. I did that
Yeah.
that same thing. Came at night, and I came at night in the summertime.
Yes, that's right. Cause you want to see,
Want to
but
see
well,
who's outside. It was
right,
nobody. I said, "Oh, this is great."
right. That's right. It's important.
Make sure it's not
Like I
looking
said,
like South Orange Ave.
right. But
Everybody
my
outside. Oh no.
my hood, we turned into a neighborhood where people are collectively working together. You
Right.
know, when it
Right.
snows, we helping each other out. When and just it's just it's
Man,
just
you were
part of who
there.
we are. Right.
So when it
We don't
snows,
watch that. We don't watch each other kids grow. Help them out in situations in situations in which they didn't have enough money to buy books for school or whatever the matter may have been.
right.
It became a neighborhood and like a
Mm-hmm.
family. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't have a councilman when we had the back to back snow. He was actually on
Oh,
tour out of the
oh my God,
country. Yeah.
that, that was incredible. And then we had me and the young guys. We went around all the seniors that can't even lift a shovel. We had to shovel them out. We made a path for them just in case anything happened. We had to make a path for them. We also
Right.
engaged with calling the fire department to help out as well and showing people out. Listen, you guys there, nice and warm. Come grab a
Right.
shovel with me. I need to get this old lady make a path for her. So the
Right.
elderly lady and make a path. And we got guys. But another thing, going back to the senior citizen homes, I deem this as a critical care assessment.
Okay.
And what I noticed is that a lot of seniors wasn't able to get up and stand up on their own and get to the door. So a lot of them was leaving the
Wow.
door unlocked. You know,
Wow.
because they can't get to the door. You got
Wow.
in your home. It's an expectation of privacy. you know.
Okay. Right.
And in a senior citizen home, at least let them get a button they could push or something so that you can be able to so they can be able to lock their door and unlock their door. I think that'd be something more safer and
I
a better assessment of their health. If they can't really, you're gonna have to have a nurse there on standby, something better than what's
okay.
happening. But
Okay. Now,
that's
is
why we
that a
started an
part of your
organization.
yeah, I was going to ask, is that a part of your Save Our Seniors organization, the
Yeah,
SOS?
we support our seniors organization because of the horrendous conditions in which we found down at NCC.
Mm,
Individuals that dead for 3 weeks. Nobody.
wow.
It was horrible.
Nobody even checked on
Mold,
them.
mold. It was horrible. It was so horrible. The
Wow.
condition, the rodents. One lady caught 25 rats in one day.
Wow.
One day.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
oh man. Sometimes I don't understand why certain senior citizen homes don't have backup generators, especially
Mhm.
during the wintertime.
Right.
I got called to St. Mary's, and because somehow the power went out. Of course, they
Oh, St.
called
Mary's
the
Villa, the
yeah
senior
on
complex.
Sanford and
Okay.
Sanford. Of course, they called the current council person, and he didn't get back to him until later on in the afternoon. And he was
Mm,
like, he was going to bring some pancakes, some hot pancakes for him. But by that
okay.
time, my team, we already had blankets, warm
Mm,
food, soup,
mm-hmm.
a hot drink, and we all
Wow.
met down in the community room and talked and shared and gathered. By that time,
Wow.
by the time he responded, they were already taken care of. Had
Wow.
flashlights, but
Wow.
it was so cold inside. It was colder inside than it was outside.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was bad. It was bad.
Miss J said, yeah, that part, backup generators.
Yeah, absolutely. You
And
know,
she said
go ahead.
Kelly had the nerve to say he put together a team to shovel. He didn't call me. They wanted me to get signatures for the ballot. The nerve of the current councilman.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is the most I ever seen this guy right now because it's election. This the most
And
I ever seen this guy.
I
You
know in
know,
a whole 4 years.
yeah, man. Like I said, if I can get more done in 90 days when I get there than he did in a whole 4 years, I'm gonna take a bow and I'm gonna make sure that the people in our community who's doing things are very much well recognized for
Hmm.
the long stint because what that does is trickle over. It's a
Right.
trickling effect.
Right.
Because what the kids do, they notice.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the kids staying with their mom, and their mom don't go to work, and they home all the time. And after a
That
while,
builds
it's
the
like, okay,
culture. That
yeah,
that that determines what type of culture we'll have.
okay,
So if you have council people being disconnected and not being involved, but coming to you for things that they want for their personal benefit, that, like you said, that trickles down and everybody starts being like that. But if you have somebody like you that's a community guy, that's out there connecting, that's out there saving seniors, that's saving our young men and guiding them, then that's gonna inspire the rest of us to do the same thing.
absolutely,
So and I
absolutely,
get it when you talk about planting seeds, because those are the seeds that I've seen you plant.
absolutely. I
And
tell
I
you,
know you busy. I know you're very busy. Yes, Jimmy the real McCoy is a busy man too, but
man,
it's everything done on his to-do list.
you have to, you have to, uh, because like I said, even when I raised my sons, you you raising boys to men and
Hmm.
you want them to carry on the same tradition in which you've had set in your household to their sons, their kids, because you want a pillar of community. You don't want somebody who's a problem to the community. You don't want somebody
Right.
who's, you know, uh, 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 it's a lack of a better word right now. Because I'm sorry, because I'm supposed to have been at another meeting at 7, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me wrap
no,
this up. I'm gonna wrap it
no,
up.
no, 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 no. I text them. They've been calling. I text them, and it's a meeting of the minds. And like I said, it's a few individuals who is well off, and what we're trying to do. I'm really looking at an area by West Side Park that we can
Hmm.
do a community business investment
Okay.
business.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that way, the we could try to help offset taxes. We could try to offset a lot of things, and also most importantly, I want to find out where does that recycling money go, and where
Hmm.
again, I really want to find that out because we do a
Right.
lot of recycling here, and I don't think that money ever has been accounted for.
Right.
That's a lot
Right.
of money.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just me. My psyche, but I
Now,
will
now,
find
now
out.
you got us thinking. Where's the recycling money?
For real,
Yes.
seriously,
Yes.
that's a lot of money.
Hmm.
You see the little Mexican Ecuadorians come out and grab those bags. They ain't doing that. They're not grabbing those bags for nothing.
Yeah,
It's a
they
lot of
collecting
money.
recycling. Yeah, yeah, Yeah.
You even see in front of ShopRite, they have the machines for recycling. You can throw it in there because it's money. It's money
Ah,
involved. Yeah,
okay. Okay. Wow. So we got to
I
find that
remember.
out.
I remember telling the Ivy Hill group, I said, "Yo, next time y'all give a function at the park, I said y'all really should think about recycling because y'all are
Mm.
having things so you can bring money back into so it can nourish
That's
things
a
and do things
revenue
big."
generator. Yeah, generate.
Absolutely.
See, and it's you only a businessman who has invested before would know stuff like this because I didn't even think of that.
Oh, come on. And as far as this trash can business, we have companies here in Newark that can actually make trash cans. Instead of
Mm.
waiting, actually could make trash cans on a cup. On a cup. Hey, listen.
Wow.
We need this type of trash can. What can you do? You know?
Wow.
Oh, well, we can
Right.
put together, we can put together, you know, because you like you said, you look at the ones that the rats don't can't gnaw through, you know,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
you know.
yep. That's what we need. What the rats
Yeah,
can't gnaw through. That's it. We don't need
oh,
nothing fancy, whatever, extra
exactly.
expensive and wasting
Yeah,
money.
money,
Yeah,
something in-house,
yeah,
in-house. Like I said, we're gonna make some entrepreneurs. We're gonna have some serious investors, people coming in. We're gonna do some courses where you can look at stocks. Financial
uh-huh.
literacy is big. It's definitely big with
Yes,
me as well. Um,
yes,
like I tell people, I said it may take you to come together to even
yep.
invest in, say, abandoned property,
Mm-hmm.
and say you guys get an ironclad contract. No one's the one said the boss, but everybody has a part in getting this property
Is
together.
collective
Yeah,
economics
absolutely.
right there,
Yes,
right there. But
bingo.
I'm going to let you go, but because
Thank
I
you
know
so
you
much.
have a lot to do, I appreciate you spending time with us on current exposure.
Thank
Um,
you so much.
any last words that you have? Your line number that you want to share.
Oh yeah, thank you. Westward 2C or C2, whichever way they're gonna have it, because I know they play games with this mess. But Westward, Westward, we deserve better, and we have so many people in our ward that can contribute and support. Also, this Saturday we're doing at 273 16th Avenue. We're doing a little meet and greet. They want to come
Okay.
by. That's gonna be from 9 o'clock to nine. No, 10, 10 to 3. That's 10 to 3.
Okay.
A little,
273 18th Avenue.
16th Avenue.
Oh, 16. See, oh,
Yeah,
that's the campaign headquarters.
right. We're gonna a little meet. We want to volunteer. We need volunteers. We need supporters. We need individuals who have some good ideas, so that we can try to implement. You know.
Okay, I'm putting this in the chat. Meet the real McCoy at 273 16th Avenue on Saturday. That's April 4th, right? Yep, April
Yeah.
4th.
Yeah.
And you said what was the time?
10 to 3. 10 to 3.
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. All
Mm-hmm.
right, there we go. Boom. It's in the
And come
comments.
check out that new sign I got up there.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't get a picture, put a picture of the sign up. I'll let them see that. You got to see the sign in person. They got to see it in
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
even
It's
showing
nice.
that. Yeah, they gotta
Yeah,
come see it in
it's nice.
person. Yes, it is. The campaign headquarters 273 16th Ave. Saturday, April 4th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The real McCoy will be there. Volunteer. Are we gonna is Brother Jules coming out too? We might see Brother Jules and
You might
his
you might see
crew,
the
his
youngest.
crew of
Yeah,
young
yeah,
men.
I think I think the youngest gonna come through. But I want to say that in this election too, popularity do not equal competence. And
Okay.
no, it doesn't.
Popularity
So
does
this
not equal
equal,
competence. Got you.
absolutely. You
Got
know,
you.
we can't. As Westport, we can't stand another 4 years of nah, not this again. No, because we've been stagnant. Everything been going up, but we don't see where our tax dollars are going.
Right.
I want to know where my money is going. Okay. If it's going to go up, what's going to be used for? What is it going to be used for? Let me.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Absolutely.
like I
Absolutely.
said, I'm looking to do a whole transformational change, changing the whole structure, because a lot of times these politicians don't even understand we're playing from the old slave masters playbook. They
Right.
set these rules that's keeping us, suppressed.
Right.
So once we break that chain, and
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot about generational
Yeah, you do a
curse.
lot of chain breaking. You know
Yeah,
what? I've learned some stuff from you too. You
really.
know? Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's a compliment. Thank you, thank
You're
you,
welcome. But I'm
thank
going to let you get up out of here. It was a pleasure to have you on.
thank
We
you,
had Donna Jackson said great interview, and Miss J said that's right. Popularity do not equal competence.
thank you, Miss J. I'm
Awesome,
looking forward to
awesome.
meeting you. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Miss J.
Absolutely. This has been Current Exposure. I had a lot of fun on here with Jimmy the Real McCoy. Vote for him on May
Throw it up,
12th to
throw it up.
see. Ah. All right. See y'all later.
No gang sign, no gang sign, nothing. No.
Peace. Oh, that's the Q. He's a Q.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
yeah.
All right.
Take
We're
care,
out of
everybody. Take
here.
care.